the shelter, there was just, tucked in little cooler places in the woods were little white flakes everywhere. I love snow. It's probably why I don't live in the Keys anymore. There was just,
I love snow from a distance.
All right. We are live on Facebook now. Small group. Is Teresa coming? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Okay.
sure. Um, yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, we'll get started with something simple, um, and wait for other people to wander in. But so the reason why my birthday is not listed as my birthday on Facebook, good morning, Joyce, is
Morning.
because I helped someone start a Facebook account this summer, and they didn't want to use their actual birthday because it wasn't their personal account. It was a nonprofit joint account we were working on together. And so we picked the day that we were creating the account to be the birth date of this organization. But we put in his birth year, which is 1985. So somehow it came up to be November 5th, 1985 as my birthday and changed my Facebook account to reflect that because I'm an admin on that Facebook page. It makes no sense. I have tried to change it with multiple times, and Facebook says, you have changed your birth date too many times. You don't get another try. Like,
Ouch.
what?
You'll be young forever.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I'm going to have to do a deeper dive and actually figure out how to contact Facebook, which that information is there. It's just so buried because they really don't want you contacting them. Um, and so I'm going to work on that and get my birth date right for next year. But Terry, thank you for posting it on the Joy Facebook page. And I guess for now I'll just celebrate on November 5th of 1985, which makes me what, 39?
Oh,
Gosh. Anyway, well, welcome everybody. Today we are going to talk about all of the scary things that can happen to us online if we're not careful. I know that you all know the rules. I know that you are aware of how to be safe, but I just feel like right now we're getting a lot of um, opportunities to get carried away in the moment. And so I just want us to
mhm.
touch base and remember the things we should and should not do. So first off, and I'm going to do a lot of screen sharing. So let me just pull up my first one. And we're going to go with a very basic definition because sometimes it's good just to start with
Mhm.
the basic definitions. A lot of what happens is when we get hacked, um, we get things that are called malware. Now, what is malware? Let's just talk about that for a minute. It's short for malicious software. It's any kind of software that is developed by a criminal, a hacker, to steal your data, to damage or destroy your computer or your computer systems. They have many names. They're viruses, they're worms, they're Trojan viruses, spyware, adware, ransomware, um, all kinds of different names, but they all come under the basic terminology of malware. And so what is it trying to do? It's trying to do things like infiltrate emails, any plans that you have, and they want sensitive information like passwords. They can lock up networks. This happens a lot in more of the cyber crime areas that are um, corporate. where they are looking to hold a large system hostage. When this was first started, it was more individual, but then when they figured out that they can hold a whole petroleum company hostage or a whole hospital system hostage, that's much more economically viable for them. So they're not going to worry so much about just locking down your computer, but more disrupting a whole system. And of course, any kind of destruction or vandalism, um, spam emails, monetary gain, selling your property, any of your data is now valuable property. And then that's basically what we're looking at when we talk about malware. So does anybody not understand the concept, like how it works and what's going on here? Okay.
Mhm.
So then the next piece of it is, how do we stop malware? Well, I found, I have to go in and out of sharing, otherwise Zoom won't go to where I want to go. So this next piece is something that I actually saw on the Walmart website, and I did a screenshot of it. And this is what to do if you suspect phishing. Now, remember, phishing is an attempt to gain access to your stuff. So it's like if we go fishing with a hook and a line, we're attempting to go catch something, and that's what phishing literally is. So if you think that you've gotten an email that is not accurate, particularly now while we're doing a lot of online shopping and we're ordering a lot of stuff and we're finding deals and going for stuff, we want to make sure that, oh yeah, I just ordered from Walmart, and so, it's on the way. It's reasonable to think that they would contact you. But you want to be hyper vigilant in this situation and remember to just slow down. So what Walmart says is, if you suspect you've gotten a phishing email, don't respond. We know that. And Walmart has set this up so that it says forward it to us at inappropriate@walmart.com. You can also report it to Homeland Security or the FTC if you think you've been a victim. And then beef up your security. How can you do that? With antivirus, anti-spam, and spyware detection, useful for anyone who's doing online financial transactions. And then this also links for Walmart.com and the FTC. So what's interesting to me about that, and I honestly don't remember in what instance I saw this. I probably ordered something from Walmart and then read the fine print as I went along on the email, which we normally don't do. Normally, like, yep, and that's done and on to the next thing. But sometimes I'm nosy, and so I wanted to see what it was about. And so it is reasonable that I would get phishing email from a Walmart lookalike. And these days, with artificial intelligence, which I still firmly believe is a very good tool, but we remember that just like the knives in our drawer, tools can do damage and tools can be useful tools. And how we use them and knowing how to use them is what's most important about that. So knowing that you can report these things, because if you think about it, if you get something and we talk about it in here and we share it in here, and that's really good because we've just helped this little crowd of people who care about this stuff. But if you then forwarded it to the department of who it's being spoofed on, so you get one from UPS, you get one from the Postal Service, you get one from FedEx. We see those a lot where you get a text or an email that says your package has been delayed. Scott got a very interesting one. My husband got a very interesting one, and I'm going to pull that one up for you as well. It is one that, somebody else probably might not have caught. And it was pretty interesting. Let me just make sure somebody's not trying to get in. Nope, we're good. So he sent me a screenshot and let me find it. I take so many screenshots. Here we go. New ticket. Okay. So this one was interesting because, there's Terry. Hi. How you doing?
Good, been away a long time again.
I know, I know. All right, so here is the screenshot that my husband took, and this came, yeah, sort of ish, looks like Google, but to me, not really, because look at the spaces between these letters. So
Mhm.
that's pretty obvious. But what alerted him to this screenshot, to this message, and this was an email, was the nonsense of it. 17 new messages have been put on hold from getting into your inbox. Use the tab below to release them to your inbox. What? What? That's not real. That's never going to be a real thing. I mean, that seems pretty silly that whoever created that one would think that people would fall for that. But I've also seen it in text messaging, and I've seen it, with packages. I've gotten a couple of them this week where it says your package is being held up because of an address correction.
Mm.
No, it's not. I
Mhm.
know it's not. You know why I know it's not? Because if I order something online, I look when it says
Mhm.
before you click pay, check your address, make sure that everything is accurate. And I have caught some mistakes because every once in a while, a company that I haven't done business in a while is still using my Keys address because I didn't go in. It's like when you move, you've got like a million places to change that address. And so it may still have my Keys address. And I made that mistake of not doing it once, and Terry was good enough to help me try and go find my pickleballs from the people who were renting my former house. It was a mess. They were not kind or friendly. But so I have since learned, check my address, make sure that it is accurate and that I'm not getting too click happy and making things happen before I really look and see what I'm doing. So if I get a message that says, your package is being held up because of address, I know that's not true. I just know it's not true. So then I can choose, like in the picture where Walmart said, let's see, where you can go and actually report what's happening here. And why would you want to report that? Because it helps other people. It helps stop these people. It's kind of like if you saw somebody breaking into a car on your street and you just watch them take a hammer and smash and grab, you would report that, right? I mean, that's what good people do, is report crime because you could be the next victim. And so while we have busy lives, it is important to do this small thing of looking to see how you can report it. So this specific one was Walmart wants to know when they're being impersonated, but they also very kindly, I thought, list 2 other sites that you can keep on hand. And when you get something that is fake or phony, report them. And let's do our part as, citizen action folks of the cyber world, and let's stop criminals. It gets more and more rampant when nobody says anything about it. So let's see what we can do to help our neighbors because it's helping us. Martin.
I saw advertised on TV, titlelock.com, which is a good thing. Do you know if any of the states throughout our country has a title, let's say detection thing where a title is being lifted? I live in New Jersey.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah,
not familiar with that.
I was going to call the state of New Jersey, where I spend my summers in, and ask them if the state would have an automatic kick out like Tidal Lock does. Title Lock will notify you if there's some movement on your title for your property. So I haven't been able to find that out, but I thought you might have some information on it. But
So is that on a car title or a
property,
real estate?
real
Real
estate,
estate?
yeah.
Interesting. Anybody, any realtors in the house? Jackie?
I'm not a realtor, but Monroe County has that because I signed up for it.
Ah, see that?
And
Okay.
you get a number, down here, it's a number. And if there's anybody messing with your property, you get
Yeah.
notified.
That's great information. I have property in Florida too. When I get down there in January, I'm going to investigate, and maybe they have a notification, sent to in case somebody's trying to fool around with our titles.
Do
Okay,
you
thank
have
you.
it somewhere else other than Monroe County, Martin? Somewhere else in Florida?
I don't know. I'm going to check. I
No, I
can't.
mean your property in Florida. Where is that?
It's up in Weston. I have one in Weston and one in Pembroke Pines in that area.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that's Monroe County or not. Do you know?
No.
No, it's
No.
not.
That's not, that's Miami-Dade.
Miami-Dade. Okay, so I got to check that out.
No,
But
Kathy.
I thought the states would have automatically a notification, but apparently they do not because this Title Lock company is advertising on TV, protect your title. So,
Well, titles are county specific though.
yeah,
Counties in most in the
I don't know how I know
few
about
states
it.
that I've worked,
That's
I've
Broward
lived.
County, though. That's where he's.
yeah.
but
I'm going to check.
when,
I wanna
when
get
you
the-
have a property, your title, your taxes go through your county, so everything's registered through your county. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if maybe states as a whole don't do it because of the way they're handled. Medina,
Well,
do you know?
the way I'm looking at it is if the Title Lock company can have this program to notify the landowner that somebody's fooling around with the title, the state should have it. I'm willing to pay the state, extra money to find that out. I just thought somebody might know here on the channel.
So, what does Title Lock charge, Martin?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I just saw it on there, and right away my curiosity was directed towards the state,
Yeah.
find out if they had it.
Monroe County.
Jackie? Jackie, does Monroe County charge for this service?
No, I got a letter. It's called Monroe County Fraud, and it's an 800 number that I called. And then they gave me a subscriber ID.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, see, good. I'm glad we got together this morning. Very
Yeah.
nice. Thank you.
Medina,
So my question is for Jackie. How did you? Oh, you got it from a letter.
Yes,
So
about like
Um,
the property. I don't know. It's been a while, so don't ask me.
okay.
But I got the 800 number. It said 1-800-728-3858. And they gave me a subscriber ID.
You pay for that?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
Thank
Good
you.
information. When I get to Florida in January, I'll be down in January, and I'm gonna get busy on this because it has me worried now about this title business.
okay, so I'm going to thank you for sharing that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I love this question because I love new information. So this is from Monroe County Property Appraiser, Florida.org.
There we go.
Property Fraud Alert is an online subscription service offered to the public that allows them to have their name monitored with the recorder's office. So let's see what this is. Monroe County Property Appraiser. This is in Key West. It's funny. It does not look like this is the county government, because if it were the county government, it would be going through their portal, right? The county's governmental portal, and it would be a .gov instead of a .org. But Jackie, did you go on their website at all, or you did this all by phone?
You're muted.
We lost her.
No,
She said, I don't know what I did yesterday, so I have no idea, but it was months ago.
Okay, so let's look at this for a second. New property fraud monitoring available. Monroe County Clerk of Court is now offering a free title monitoring service. Property Fly's online subscription offered to the public that allows them to have their name monitored within the recorder's office to track fraudulent recordings that affect their property. Threat of mortgage fraud and theft continues to rise. Property Alert does not prevent fraud from happening. It provides an early warning system for property owners to take appropriate action.
All right.
And so then here is the link to that. So let's open this in a new tab and see what this new tab says.
You know, it doesn't look like the other Monroe County
I'll be fraud.
government
Signed up for something.
websites.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It is not the government website. So I'm gonna share, I clicked that link
Yeah.
and we're gonna look at where it took us. And this now takes us to property fraud, Monroe County, Florida. Is this the clerk of court in, anybody know? Anybody
I
recognize this guy?
no.
No.
Ding. All right, Jackie, is this the number?
Is that what I just gave you, Lou?
Yes.
728-3858?
Yes.
Okay. Property fraud is online subscription offered to the public. All right, I'm going to learn more about Property Fraud Alert. Okay. And so there's all kinds of information about it, but kind of interesting. This is just kind of a frequently asked questions. All right, so now, so we've got some information, we've got some verification from a friend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, before I load up anything, I'm going to go to Monroe County, Florida. And I want to go to Monroe County's actual website, which is this, monroecountyflorida.gov. And it says here, this is the official website, but I don't trust that. I want to see, what does the address look like? And you can see this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Switch pages, so sometimes it won't do
Well,
that.
my
But
buddy's-
this, I'm
this
trusting, and I can
property,
see
Yes.
right from here, I know what the official seal looks like. So that looks like a good approximation from this location. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and I'm going to look and see. Is this the Monroe County website?
Mhm.
Yes, that looks much more familiar. to me.
Looks like it to me.
Yeah.
Looks much more familiar. I recognize those folks. So yeah, this is the website. Now, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to see, because sometimes these things are just so difficult. I'm going to see if I can find clerk of court here. Government departments. Let's try that.
Where I hope it's him.
And here's the county departments. And let's see if we can find clerk of court. If anybody sees it before I do.
Mhm.
Interesting, I'm not seeing it here. Building and permitting, budget and finance.
What about putting it in the search box up there?
Okay, let's try that. All right, what did it give me? Monroe County Clerk of Court. And it is clerkofthecourt.com. That's pretty funny. Clerk of Court Plantation Key. Well, and here's my question before I start going down a rabbit hole, making sure that I am still within, this is within site. So I am site content. Because sometimes when you put in something, it's going to do a web search rather than within
Yeah.
this location. So I always want to make sure, where am I searching?
Mm.
And it says, this is great, doesn't support a secure connection. Okay, I'm not happy about that. I
No.
might
Go,
continue to this site, but I'm not
Betsy,
happy.
Betsy, can you go back because I saw on the, all right, after Plantation Key, Clerk of the Court, Key West.
Okay, that looks more likely. Let's go there. All right, there's the physical address. Link, Monroe County Clerk of Court website. And then it says Clerk of Court. Isn't that funny? They didn't do it through the .gov.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna scroll down real quick, but I still trust where I am. So let's go to that and see. It's probably gonna take, isn't that funny?
Wow.
Okay, y'all who live there need to
Find
make a
out.
complaint and say, why are you not supporting a secure connection? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. All right, there's Kevin Maddock. All right, so let's go back and see. There's Kevin Maddock. This was this, right, property fraud thing. Now, here's the link that I went through. This is the Clerk of Court and Comptroller. This is going through the Monroe County links to get me here. Again, it looks like the same setup. So, and there's that guy's picture. So interesting, you know, and yes, this one here still could be fake. I don't know. I really don't know because it looks very simple, you know. This one does at least follow what we're looking at with it's got the seal and all of this.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
so
looks like legit. Yeah.
it does look legit. So now let's see, how do I'm going to just look here for a minute. Doesn't
Court,
have anything there.
court
Nope.
record.
Before official court records, deeds.
Yeah, it said court records. Go to court records.
Court records is the second green from the left.
Okay,
Up-
I see that, and I also see, look up here.
There you
It
go.
also has court records and official records here. Let's go ahead and we'll just look at deeds and see where that brings us. Okay, this is going to just bring us very specifically to look up a deed. This is not taking us to how to prevent fraud. So, pay traffic fines, fraud hotline. All right, let's look at that. Okay, fraud, waste, and abuse, reporting concerns, fraud hotline. You can email them, reporting.
That phone number is different from what Jackie gave us.
It is, yes. Neither of those are 800 numbers either. So this is reporting. There's a form to report fraud. All right, so let's go back and let's put in on our actual search. Let me just go back a minute to this part. Free title monitoring.
There you
Ding,
go.
ding, ding, ding. Okay, now, now let's see if this takes us to exactly where we were before. It does. Okay. How long did that take us? Was anybody timing us?
Long time.
So no, it did take a long time. So here we are, and here we are. I'm switching back between tabs, and it brought us to the exact same website. So now I am confident that that is real.
Yep.
Now,
Yay,
let's just say
Jackie.
it took 5 minutes.
Well, the other thing is you
Hey,
could
Jackie, let's say it took 5 minutes.
Probably.
Betsy,
Okay, 5 minutes versus
She's frozen.
with
She's frozen.
information to a fraudulent company. Really? Is it worth it? Oh, I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Connection unstable. Looks like I have full connection.
you're there. You're there now. You're there
You're
now.
fine.
Am I here now?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, so that took 5 minutes, let's just say. Even if it took 10 minutes, is it worth it to do your research, do your homework, and make sure that you are not giving incredibly sensitive information to somebody who is just stealing it? It's literally like going into, you know, I don't know, a thieves convention and opening all of your doors and saying, come on in, gang, the party's here, right? I mean, it's worth it. It's worth
I
it.
would,
And
Betsy, I
Yeah.
would also call the main phone number for the Monroe County Government Center in Key West,
Yep.
ask them for the property appraiser, and they would connect me and then talk to the property appraiser.
you can do that too. Joyce is shaking her head no. You're muted, Joyce.
I'm guessing it's not the appraiser. It's
No,
the
but-
records.
Yeah, but the property appraiser would,
It's
would
not. It's-
direct me.
It's
Would-
it's going through.
That person would direct me where to, what agency or what department to talk to. I'm just saying it's another way of checking.
Yeah, the clerk is the key, I think.
Betsy, I
Y'all are
think
breaking up, which means I'm probably frozen.
you are. Yes, you were. You
It
were.
is another way of checking.
She's frozen. Because she's up there and has not a secure connection for her internet. See? Five broken ribs. They didn't see them. Cracked ribs. No, he's been miserable. It was awful. I mean, he had to stand up. Let me mute myself before she.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know what's happening here. It says I have full internet. So let's go back and let me just share this screen. This conversation, which is at the Monroe County Property Appraiser. If this is a private, it is the actual government site. I don't know.
We don't see anything, Betsy.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to
Oh, now we
sharing.
do.
I'll go back to sharing it. Zoom doesn't like me to change pages as fast as I do. All right. So Monroe County Property Appraiser Office, this is where we started, right?
Yeah.
We just did a search and we found this. We didn't trust it because it doesn't look like it's coming from the government, even though it says Monroe County. That doesn't matter. This could just be a private business. So I would call here if y'all want to take this number down, 305-292-3420, and I would ask them, is this the Monroe County government? They may say, no, this is a private business. The Monroe County government may be the ones who are paying for this service, just like Martin said with Title Lock. Somebody's paying for that because somebody's making money because work's being done, right? So this is the information that Jackie gave us.
It's a .com, not a .gov.
You can see Kevin Maddox's picture, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This took us to here. I look at this and I go, geez, this is such a basic, this looks very simplified. It doesn't look to me like a county government, but of course, the county government I live, they have such a complicated, non-user friendly site that I'm used to looking at that one. This one's very user friendly, so this is actually probably a lot more forward thinking. So, but we didn't trust this one because, again, we don't want to trust something that we're going to give all of our information to. So then we went to the actual Monroe County, worked our way around, got to this site, which is the clerk of court, determined that at least that is the clerk of court, and we know that. And then went a little bit further, looked around to see how could we find more information, and then went down to free title monitoring. And that brought us right back to the next tab, which was our starting place. So, and there's that phone number that Jackie gave. So I love that this was a perfect example of, hey, Carol, how to determine with a little bit of work whether or not something is real or not. And that goes for all the things that we do online. When we're getting an email that looks suspicious, remember, when we're getting an email that tells us to act now, that's like number one, no. When it says act now, you want to make sure that you are slowing down and taking the time to actually, and Carol, I'm going to mute your other one because there's a little bit of feedback there. I'm not sure why you're in two places. That's okay. I muted it. We won't have feedback now. It's good. No, there is still feedback.
I'll go off. That's fine.
No, don't go off. All you need to do, stop, because I want you to, there you go. All right, there you go. Perfect. So, remember that anytime that something is asking you to act without forethought, slow down. If it takes you 10 minutes, it's well invested time. 10 minutes could save you thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So important to do that. Carol, a reminder, we are live streaming. So when I send the email, you'll get the link for the entire class so you can see what we missed. But Martin raised a question about Title Lock, which is a private company, but sounds like a good thing. And I really appreciate you bringing that up to us, Martin.
Yeah, okay.
Good rabbit hole we went down there.
Yeah, right. It was productive too.
It
really.
was very productive. Okay, we're going to move on quickly. I'm going to, so Jackie, Linda, who's not here today, sends me Malware Bytes, which is a newsletter for a viral protection company that as soon as mine with WebRoot expires in March or May, I am going with Malware Bytes because I really like everything about it. So sharing the screen, I downloaded a bunch of articles I will be sharing with you. Yes, we are late on this conversation, but that doesn't mean we stopped online shopping. So I'm just going to go ahead and look at it real quick. Online shopping, what to avoid. We're going to look at this not as much specifically as very generally and globally. What to avoid. Brand impersonation, okay? And mostly, first of all, I can't stress enough to avoid shopping with Temu at all costs. Like, I'll even give you a pass to shop with Amazon, which I don't trust and am a huge non-fan of. But Temu is bad in 100 different ways, and we've talked about it before. Do not shop with Temu. That's all I'm going to say. But one of the main things with Temu is you go, oh my God, what a great price. Forget it. And these are some reasons why. Brand impersonation. You're not getting what you are asking for. And I'll send you this link. There are plenty of fake Amazon offers. Again, why not to be shopping there? Walmart also makes it easy for you to buy gift cards. This is a fake one also. USPS now delivers you fraud. So much out there. I mean, it's almost exhausting. So they looked at 50 fake USPS sites in one day, 50 fake ones on the Postal Service. There's a little chart of all the fakes. Credit card skimmers. A lot of online stores are hosting skimmers. Now, we used to be afraid of skimmers in gas stations. I know there was one right there in Key Largo that was infamous for having skimmers when you went to pay with card. But now it's also happening on websites, and it shows the complicated details of how that happens. So being careful of that. Malware with gift shopping. We talked about what exactly is malware. There's more details about that. Okay, here was the most important part of this whole thing, was the how to protect yourself. So If it's too good to be true, it is. Don't get rushed again. This says get add malicious contact blocker. Now here's the sale. Malwarebytes is trying to sell you something. However, I looked at this and it says it's free. The browser guard is free. So I went there, I looked at it. I didn't get it yet because I'm still thinking, because what it does is it's an extension. So we talked about extensions before. It's something that gets added onto your browser. And what it does is it's going to scan any that you're looking at and determine whether or not it's going to have some of these things that are threats. The reason why I'm not just automatically putting it right on and recommending that you put it right on is because I know what it's going to do is slow it down. Because this is what guards tend to do. I already have virus protection. I don't need two. And it's really important that, even though this one is free and I really trust this company, I don't need two, because I know somebody who had at least 5. And you don't need 5 different ones. You need one good one that's going to protect you. You don't need a bunch of them. It's going to make you hate them. So,
Can you recommend a good virus protector?
well, I am actually going, like I said, I've been using WebRoot, but what I've seen in comparing these two companies, Malwarebytes is Linda uses, and so she sends me this to a contract until my WebRoot one is over. But I'm going to go with Malwarebytes when I'm done, because I've been looking at this one for a year now. Hi, Frozen. Can you hear me?
No, you're okay. You're okay.
I'm okay. Right.
Yes, you're okay. No, you just froze again.
Am I frozen again?
You're in and out. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. So I think it's the cold. Honestly, it was like 14 degrees this morning. It
Yeah.
says I have a strong internet connection, but sometimes the cold affects it. Fiber optic, who knows? So I am going to be using Malwarebytes. Let's do a quick survey. Does anybody else in the room, because Linda's not here today, does anybody else use Malwarebytes? Joyce, you like it? Thumbs up? Okay. Name out what else you have. Terry, what do you use for virus protection? You don't?
I am not sure.
Okay. Carol,
I'm thinking,
you know
I'm
what you
trying
use?
to think. I don't use
Think
the,
about it.
I don't use the laptop so very often. I have to look.
Carol, you
No.
know? Jackie, what do you use?
I don't. I trust Apple. That's all I use.
Kathy?
Mine came with my computer and I couldn't tell you. So it just came with the computer, and it's not malware bytes. And
It-
if I shrink this, I guess I'll lose you. So I don't know the name of it.
You won't lose me, but that's okay. Martin, do you
Where
use
does-
one?
Yeah, where does Norton fit in? Norton.
Norton is a
Oh.
antiviral protection.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
have.
That's
That's
fine.
what I have.
Okay. Betty, do you know what you use?
McAfee.
And Kathy? Marie?
When you're talking about that, I use Avast, I think, is what,
Avast? Okay.
if that's what you're talking about, yeah.
That's what we're talking about. What do you use for antivirus protection? Marie?
WebRoot.
WebRoot. And that's the one I've been using, but I'm getting rid of it. And here's the reason why, because I have been using it since before I left for the Keys and moved back. So I've been using it, almost 15 years, I'll bet. And
Since
the
you were,
reason why I'm stopping
since you were
using
39.
WebRoot is because WebRoot does not inform me when there's been a breach. Okay. And I contacted them because Malwarebytes sends out this email frequently, maybe weekly, and tells me what's happening in the cyber world these days. And so I contacted WebRoot and I said, what's the deal? I use this company that just got hacked, AT&T, and why are you not telling me that this got hacked and this was a company I was using while I was using WebRoot? You did nothing to inform me to take action. And they said, that's not our job. And I
Ooh.
went, really? And
What's
they
the
said, well,
point?
our job is to keep you and your devices safe from attack. Well, to me, informing me keeps me safe from attack because then I can take action. And that's how I stay safe. Yes, having an antiviral program is very important to keep us safe because it does the stuff we can't see. That's very important. But there are things that we can do that are real that can take care of stuff in the moment. So, like I said, I had a 2-year contract because it was cheaper. You know, it's like pay for 2 years now and you get a significant discount. So, coming up this spring, it'll be 2 years. This contract will be over, and I am switching companies because I'm not happy that they're not informing me so that I can be proactive. Does WebRoot do its job? Yes, I believe it does do its job the way it sees its job in terms of keeping my stuff safe because as far as I can tell, all my stuff has been safe. Now, out and about in the real world, the companies that I do business with, we can't stop that. They've been hacked. But knowing right away that something's been hacked gives me an opportunity to take action to protect myself further, right? So that's why I'm like, okay, WebRoot, you didn't do me any favors by letting me be partially in control of my security. So that's what I'm doing. So let's go back and look at this again. This list is very important. And this list continues on with what else? So it says get the browser guard. I'm not going to get the browser guard. I'm going to hold off on that because I believe that I am being protected and I'm savvy. Next thing, keep an eye on your financial statements. I keep an eye on my statements like a hawk. My credit cards and my debit card, my all of my banking and my investments all have notifications so that when something happens, any kind of activity happens on those, I know right away that something happens. So that's what I do is I keep an eye. Hang on, I'm turning down all my notification dingers right now because they're going off like crazy. Okay, next thing. Here is, of course, my number one defense. Protect your online accounts by using a different password for every account. And not just a different password like one is one dog and one is the other dog. I'm talking a different one for everyone. Setting up multi-factor authentication wherever you can, which most require now, and making sure that all of my passwords are complicated. They're very complicated because I use the suggested password by my password manager. I think my current total is 426. Let me just do an update on that. On my Google account, my current password, 427 passwords saved in my Google account, which means I only have to remember one, and that's my Google password. And yes, I can change my Google password at least every 6 months, if not more frequently. If a major breach happens somewhere in the world and I am concerned, then I'll change it. And then I still only have to remember the one. The next thing, here comes an ad. Protect your devices by having most products offer some side of web protection against detecting domains and IP addresses. Malwarebytes Premium offers web and phishing protection. So that's their little ad for you should get them. But any software that is a antiviral protection program should be doing this. Norton, McAfee, any of those other ones, WebRoot, they are going to do that. I will remind you all that you do get what you pay for. And what is the value of having of paying for something that's going to protect you? The value is it's invaluable. Okay. Think about what's your net worth right now? Your house, your cars, your bank accounts, your investments, what's your net worth? And are you comfortable with that all disappearing? Are you comfortable with giving it to, I don't know, somebody in Belarus? All of it. I'm not. I would like to continue, having a house and a roof over my head and a car to drive, those kinds of things. So if I'm paying $40, $50 a year for protection, that's cheap. That's super cheap for what I get for it. Free ones do come with most, particularly new products. And so when you get a new product, and I wish Linda was here because she just got a new computer, and it would be good to hear. And she's been using Malwarebytes, but her new computer came with all kinds of beefed up stuff. Oftentimes, those things you get on a new device are coming on a limited time basis. They may give it to you for 3 months free. They may even give it to you 6 months free. And then the free goes away. You get a little ad and it says, your free protection is over. Do you want to pay for it now? And you go, oh, no, I'm fine. I don't recommend the I'm fine. I recommend that you pay for it because you will get what you pay for. You'll get a better product if you go ahead and pay for it. And you have to weigh the ratio, the $50 a year, let's just say it's 50 as an average, against your net worth and the possibility of losing everything, which can happen. Or at least tens of thousands of dollars. If it's not a huge hack and it's just tens of thousands of dollars, are you willing to give that away to a criminal in Malaysia or wherever?
And there's no price you can pay on aggravation.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So just let's think about a minute if you personally physically lost a credit card or a wallet or a phone, okay? Any of those three things. You left it somewhere. My husband, we were in DC one time and he left his wallet on the roof of his car and then drove away. So his driver's license, all of his credit cards, we had to, while we're away, stop those accounts right away, Oh my goodness.
I had that, Betsy. I had my purse was stolen, which had not just my wallet, but my checkbook and my keys. And I'm telling you, 58 phone calls I had to make and change my, get a new lock, get new keys, get a new checking account. It was a nightmare.
It is.
Nightmare.
It is a nightmare. So now multiply that by how easy it is to steal your purse or your wallet while someone is sitting at a literal data farm somewhere in a country that doesn't care about internet security, where they allow these to happen and use slave labor to do it, to steal your stuff. Is it quarter till? It's not quarter till yet. Hi, Denise.
Hi. We were just gonna mute it in case.
Well, I'm ending at 9:50 on the dot because I'm teaching another class at the community center. So anyway. All right, so let's go back real quick to this list, which I love. So protect your devices and then clean up your personal data. Criminals use publicly available information in their scams to check what's available. They have a free digital footprint scan. And we have used this before in class, so I'm not going to go ahead and do it now. But I will be sending you this link, so you'll have all the data about, it's going to look like the title of this is looking like this with a kid in a ghost costume, Black Friday. But all this good information is all the way down here at the bottom of this article on how to protect yourselves. And remember, some of it's an ad to use for Malwarebytes. Remember, anything that you use is going to be better than nothing that you use. All right. Any questions about that? Okay.
I have a question. I have a
Yes.
question.
Yep.
All right, so when you were going around the room asking, I thought I had Norton. I see there's a little icon for Norton, but right next to it, I see the icon for Malwarebytes. I don't remember ever signing up for it. When I click on it, I get this open Malwarebytes, start your first scan, real-time protection, oh, I see, inactive, trusted advisors, start scan, VPN, your connection is public. I don't understand that. But anyway, I could talk to Joyce about that. My question was, if I have that little icon up on top, does that mean that I at one point subscribed to Malwarebytes?
You might have.
Okay.
You
All right.
might have.
I'll have to look at this a little further.
So do you know whether or not you pay for Norton?
I think I did. I think I took like a 3-year plan
Okay.
a few years ago. I'm going to have to look through my records and see.
Okay. All right. So Malwarebytes does offer a couple of free things, like I was showing you. That browser thing is free. And you can do that digital footprint scan. That's free. You don't have to have an account with them. So you might have just saved the link or you might have downloaded it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. And you can, if you want to be bold and adventurous, you could share your screen with us and we could determine what's really happening.
I don't know how to share screen.
That's okay. That's what I'm saying about the bold and adventurous. All right. So I'm going to allow
Okay.
participants to share. Okay. So now when you move your cursor, you should down at the bottom where it has participants chat.
I see
react,
share.
share. Click on share.
Okay.
And if you are looking at that part of your screen where that icon is, we should be able to see that as well and see the message you just read to us.
Go calendar girl.
So you click share and then what comes up is a white screen and you have to select what you're sharing and you're going to share the screen, the little window that shows us what you were looking at when you were looking at that. So did
Okay.
it came up with a white window that gave you some options?
No, it came up with a black window. That's there's one window is highlighted, entire screen, and it's got a triangle with a blue exclamation point in it, and it says desktop 1.
Okay. Is desktop 1 where you saw that icon?
I think so. I think it's on my desktop.
Okay.
Let me click.
So go ahead and that's highlighted. So then click the little blue button that says share.
Okay. Allow Zoom Workplace to share your screen. Open system settings. That's what I have.
Oh, okay. So you've got it
Oh,
shut down so that settings.
that did not work.
Betsy, I got to show off. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, let me hang on one second, Martin, just to let you all know, I will not be here next week. But Steve Soto will be, and Steve Soto is 100 times smarter than me in the tech world. So it's going to be a real treat. Is there something specific you would like Steve, while Medina's looking around there, that you all would like Steve to talk about?
I
You
gotta
want
think.
some suggestions?
I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Okay,
If he knows in advance, it's way more useful.
I know. I think I have his email. I'll send him
Okay,
something.
you can email Steve directly, but if anybody can think of something that we've talked about that,
Yeah.
Kathy.
Well,
Okay.
it's not something we've really talked about. I know I'm starting to need a new computer. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to do the
Great
switching.
topic.
Okay.
Great
It's-
topic. We'll do that topic, and because it's holiday shopping season, let's just say that new devices, for gifting or for personal, what would
Perfect.
Steve buy?
Right.
WWSB, what would Steve buy?
Okay.
That's a
That's
great topic. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to be in Costa Rica.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Can
Enjoy.
you send us his email, Betsy?
I can, yeah.
I think he gave it to us, but I can't remember.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll
so we
I'll
can
include
and
that.
send him
we'll-
questions. Okay.
Yep.
Will Steve record?
Oh, I don't know.
Put
Ask
it
him
on
to.
YouTube.
Well, he doesn't have access to the Joy account.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you not going to be here next week?
I'm gonna be in Israel.
Wow.
Wow.
Pack me in your suitcase.
We will
Aw.
we will ask he can record on, well, Bob or whoever's at Joy can record on the Zoom cloud with the Joy account,
Okay.
and we can do it that way. So he won't
And
have
you,
to have access.
and you can watch it.
I
It's
can
7
bet
hours
probably-
later. I
can
did.
bet on-
I zoomed in when I
Bye,
was in
Martin.
Israel.
You think I'm gonna be in Jerusalem sitting in front of my computer? I don't think so.
Well, for 45 minutes, 45 minutes maybe.
All right. All right, Carol, do you have a question?
Yes, I have a vast, and it always pops up things that need to be checked, like and my person who comes into my computer that helps me, he says I don't need any of those extra things that would clear up clogs or it says how I'm vulnerable.
Yeah, so this person comes to your house, it's a local person who is a computer
No,
tech.
he can come in remotely. He's been with me from the beginning,
Okay.
I mean, almost the beginning. And
Okay.
he has a relative that was in the church I served.
Okay, so it is somebody you know. 'Cause
Yes.
I am always very leery about remote access. It can be great
Okay.
and it can be a nightmare. So this is
Okay.
somebody you personally know and has been with you a long time. Great. Yes, I would say I agree with him about Avast. I would not bother with that, but I would bother with viral protection. Okay, viral protection, not things that are going to check for clogs and stuff like that, as you say, but I would ask him who he likes for viral protection.
Okay.
What kind of device do you have?
I just got a new computer. It's Asus. And
Okay.
he helped me through that to
Okay.
know how to,
Yep.
how to get that.
I've not heard of Seuss.
Asus, A-S-U-S.
Asus. Asus. I think it's
Asus,
called Asus,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, Asus is fine. Yeah, but you do want viral protection. All of the
And that's different than what Avast gives? That's what I was confused about.
Yeah, I'm not sure anymore what Avast does. I know Avast for a while was very big on doing phone protection, which isn't necessary. So listen to him, ask him what good viral protection you can use on your computer.
So I'm not paying anything for that. So would you recommend then the Malwarebytes?
I recommend paying for something. I'm
Okay.
not going to tell you which one to use. I can tell you which one I use, particularly when you have a good guy who knows stuff. Come here a minute. I got a good guy. Excuse me a minute. Bye.
Aw, hi, Scott.
Bye.
We'd like a kiss too.
Do you see what I'm saying? You have a guy who knows your equipment and knows you and what you need. I would ask him, but I would say strongly that antiviral protection on computers is valuable. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Jackie,
Well, the iPad and the iPhone, should I get protection?
Apple says no.
Exactly.
And so far, I am still satisfied with how Apple deals with everything.
Mhm.
I am satisfied. Being that you are a savvy person and you carry LifeLock, I'm going to say you're probably okay. But mostly why you're okay is because you are suspicious and knowledgeable about what's out there. Somebody who does not, I would say maybe a little help would be good.
Okay.
But
All right.
but I'm confident that you're aware and you're not somebody who's going to be duped easily.
Okay. Thank you.
Regina.
Okay, so I was fishing around with, not, I shouldn't use the word fishing. I was fishing around with the Malwarebytes icon that I have, and it's telling me your device is running the latest version of Malwarebytes.
There you go. You've got Malwarebytes.
I don't remember ever signing up for it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Time to take our Prevision or something, right?
I think so. I think so. I think
The
so.
one thing I would do is you also think you have Norton?
I think I do. Yeah.
I'd get rid of Norton.
Okay.
I'd try and contact them and the contract, see if they'll reimburse you for what's paid for, figure out, because, you know, I wanted to switch to Malwarebytes. Webroot wouldn't let me out, wouldn't give me a refund. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I'm stuck with you until spring of 2025, but then you're gone because you also have zero customer service.
Yeah.
You know,
I think my Norton is from a few years ago. So, but
and
I will
it may be the free version. So
it
get
could
rid
be.
of it. It's not doing you good to have more than one.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
It is 9:50. Joyce, quick question.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Betsy.
Bye.
Bye.
No, have a great week. Steve Soto
Shalom.
will be here. Please show up for him because I've asked him to take time and fill in for me. So
Thank you.
bring more friends and he's going to talk about new devices.
Okay.
Yay.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
week.
Bye.
Love
I will
y'all.
do the
Happy
same
trip.
for Agnes.
I will. Bye.